everybody. So I just wanted to do a quick video about wage expectation and the myth of being a journeyman. So I started out in electrical and I was making $16.67 an hour, and the thought of getting journeyman wage pay just seemed like such a crazy high figure. I was like, oh wow, I could be making like $38 an hour or something like that. Or, I'm in Arizona, and like places like California, it's way higher. There's like third-year apprentices making like in the 50s in certain commercial job sites. But in Arizona, when I was in the union, it said that like we'd be making $39 an hour, I think, after 4 years and once you pass your journeyman test. So that's what I heard, and I was like, oh, what a crazy high figure. So just wanted to give an idea of what a paycheck looks like as someone who's been in the trade for 4 years in Las Vegas, Nevada, for one of the higher end commercial contractors. So I make $33 an hour. I could probably be making more. I don't know if I just cut myself short, don't ask for more, but I've heard that 33 is where they start guys, non-union, at a commercial employer. So around that, I've heard of places like GSL. I've heard there's like third year apprentices making like 36 or 35 in the ABC program. So different companies like Helix might be paying more, but I've heard that the turnover is more intense there. But if you're not in Las Vegas, none of that means anything to you. But don't think that like the going rate for one is going to be the reason or the only thing that you can get. So just as someone like just looking at the paycheck working a 40-hour week flat at $33 an hour in Nevada after taxes taken out is like just under $1,100. And if you add all that up after taxes and stuff, it only comes out to about $55K. So, that's not really, the buying power of the middle class. So I just wanted to put that out there of like, that's like a wage expectation from someone who isn't in the union apprenticeship, or wasn't in the union apprenticeship, didn't become a journeyman electrician from the union, but I did pass the journeyman test, but just working for a non-union contractor in electrical in Nevada. So that's like the wage expectation that you can expect to make. And by no means is that like not nice to have that extra cushion, but it is certainly not, I think, what everyone, like, oh, the journeymans are making this or journeyman that. I feel like the term gets thrown around so much, and all these fucking guys act like they're these young guys' dads and shit, and then they joke about it and all this random stuff. And there's like a weird cult idea, I think, about being a journeyman, and just wanted to kind of flesh that out with like what the wages actually are that you can expect, and maybe so you don't go like build up the idea of what being a journeyman is going to be, that it's going to be like give you all this buying power and you're going to be finally balling and all this stuff. Like, yeah, it's easier to save. Like, you can actually like have savings and not be as frugal all the time with your spending, but it's not this baller type of thing. And so that's like a commercial electrician wage expectation as a journeyman, not like a lead or anything, just a journeyman. So that's just kind of an idea on that. I think that in my personal experience, this isn't true for everything, but it is like in my experience, what I've encountered is that when you work for a large commercial contractor, you're sort of just a number. So like there's certain businesses that do better about it. Like if you give them 5 years, they see you as investing your time in the company, and they kind of see you as someone that they would want to promote. If you're just starting out with no experience, but then there's also like companies that will see someone with 5-6 years experience, and that's like the area where they'll be starting to consider you for higher roles and stuff. And so that does lead to a pay jump. So expect to see like higher wages if you're further along the line. But I just wanted to give like an idea briefly about what someone who's been in the trade for almost 5 years now is expecting to, or is making at the current time. Overtime does hit a little bit better when your wage goes up. Like when you work, I feel like when you work overtime and you're like an apprentice, like it doesn't really mean anything. Like it seems like it all just goes to taxes, and you're like, what was that about? And that's still kind of true, but I feel like at least, if you're making $16 an hour and then time and a half is only like 28 on 16, so you'd be sitting at $24 an hour for your overtime pay. When you're making 33, your time and a half that would be good old math while you're driving. 16 and a half on that would be, wow, I'm really struggling, guys. Like 49.50. So I mean, like that just does help a little bit more. A lot of it still goes to taxes and stuff, but that's another story. But that's just kind of an expectation that you can maybe see as someone who's 4 years along the line, kind of had an unconventional path in electrical, and what my wage is. So just want to put that out there for anyone who's interested.